Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Dave's Top 3000 Songs of the Rock Era. Today I'm up to song number 2358, and that one is She Drives Me Crazy by Fine Young Cannibals. This one came out in 1989, went all the way to number one. I'll get to that a little bit later. But it was also released on their 1989 album called The Wrong The Cooked. Very popular album, also went to number one. And here's a picture of the group Fine Young Cannibals. They were an English pop group. I'll get into them in a minute too. First, I'm going to feature a sample of She Drives Me Crazy and react to it. So here it goes. Okay, that's a sample of She Drives Me Crazy by Fine Young Cannibals. I think it's a good, catchy song, good kind of dance tune. Got a good beat and a good melody, and not a bad song. And not a lot to say about it, really. I mean, it's kind of a dance hit, not really deep lyrics or anything, just about some girl that I guess he's hung up on, and he's so hung up on her that she drives him crazy. And I think that's a pretty common feeling men who are infatuated with certain women. But anyway, enough said about the song She Drives Me Crazy. Now I guess I'll talk about the group Fine Young Cannibals. So they were an English pop group from Birmingham, England. They were together from 1984 to 1992, and I believe they briefly reunited in 1996. And their members shown here, I don't think they ever had any membership changes. Their members were Andy Cox, he was on guitar and keyboards, Roland Gift, he was on vocals, and David Steele, who was on bass, keyboards, and the drum machine. So that was Fine Young Cannibals. And they didn't have a lot of hits, at least not in the USA. I think they were a lot more successful worldwide, particularly in Europe. But their American hits, the first one in the USA was called Johnny Come Home. That came out in 1985, and that one went to number 76. And then 1989, I'd say that was their banner year. They had two number ones. She Drives Me Crazy, the one I'm featuring today, went to number one. That was followed up by Good Thing, which also went to number one. Don't Look Back, which went to 11. That's not to be confused with Boston's Don't Look Back. And then I'm Not the Man I Used to Be, which went to number 54. And finally, in 1990, they had a song called I'm Not Satisfied, which went to number 90. So those were the only American hits for Fine Young Cannibals. Not a lot of hits. And I only know a couple of them. I know they're two number ones. Good Thing's coming up quite a bit higher on my list, by the way. I do really like Good Thing because it sounds like a 60s song. As a matter of fact, it was featured in a very popular movie that takes place in the 1960s called Tin Man. Pretty excellent movie in case you haven't seen it. And Fine Young Cannibals even appears in the movie, performing songs, particular good thing. But anyway, I guess that concludes my feature on She Drives Me Crazy by Fine Young Cannibals. So thank you for watching. You guys rock, and I'll see you next time.